Well, now is the time out of the kitchen, kind of get out on the back patio and get going on that grill. And so we wanted to invite our friends from Hole in the Wall at Squaw Peak, Kenneth Arneson, to come and teach us a little bit about some ribs, the kind of the secret to ribs. You brought along Nate Brown, your sous chef, and so he's kind of the kinder, gentler, shyer type. He's just going to be prepping some stuff for us, but we do welcome both of you gentlemen to the show.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay.
Happy Memorial Day.
Exactly. Now tell me a little bit about the secret to your blend. There are so many different ways to do ribs.
I tell you, for me, simple is better. Yeah, I like to make it so everybody can do it. When I start with the actual meat itself, I look for lots of marbling. I look for good color, nice redness, and that's how I start. I like beef ribs.
Marbling, color, and redness.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 good tips.
And I always choose beef ribs because they're so intimidating to a lot of people, so that's why we're going to do those today.
Okay.
But we start with a good base, and that's the rub. A little bit of a cayenne pepper, chili powder, some kosher salt, brown sugar, black pepper, Coleman's dry mustard.
Hang on to that microphone right there.
Absolutely.
We'll get a better sound from you.
And then we got granulated garlic.
I'll throw that one in.
Right ahead.
Granulated onion.
Okay, all of it?
Now I got 2 swallows. This is perfect. And we just mix that together, and that's simple.
Okay.
And that's the rub. That's the base for the actual internal flavoring that we're looking for when we're starting to cook this and actually slow roast it.
Ken, take me back to the ribs, and you said something about them, the beef ribs being a little bit more intimidating. Why is that?
Well, a lot of people, when you go into a grocery store, you see these big slabs of bones, and my first impression when I first saw them was, where's the beef?
I totally remember those Wendy's commercials.
What people don't realize is in between these monstrous bones is an enormous amount of meat.
Okay.
But it has a tendency to be so tough, and that's why these become so intimidating to cook, because low and slow. That's my motto.
Okay.
And that's what we have to do with these in order to get them tender enough to actually start the barbecuing process.
Now let's kind of define low and slow, because somebody like me, I think slow, okay, well, slow is just maybe a couple hours. Are you talking even slower than that?
I'm talking a 6-pack of Corona.
Okay, that could be like all afternoon. That could be like 6 hours.
Absolutely. When we go into a smoker situation with these, we actually go for 12 to 14 hours.
Oh, good gravy.
But when we, for a home application, I would actually put them in the oven with a little bit of my house barbecue sauce, which I'll show you in a little bit.
Okay.
And then we go for 2 to 3 hours on real low heat, roughly about 275, 300 degrees.
I like the idea of knowing what the low and slow process is. And what is the low, by the way? So that's just going to be
low temperature.
Low temp, maybe like
and
250
slow, long period.
some?
275, 300.
Okay.
You don't want to hit over 300, especially if you have a convection oven at home. 275.
Okay, so here's the deal, though. This is great advice for 4th of July.
Absolutely.
But if we're here on the day, Memorial Day, what's your best advice for us if we do still maybe want some ribs? Is there any shortcut way to do this?
Yeah, you stick it in your oven inside your house, and that's the best way to do it instead of going with the smoking method.
Okay.
You go too high, the meat gets tough and it doesn't tenderize as much. And you're not looking for that traditional, deep southern flavor that you would expect from a barbecue.
Now, as we look at this meat right here, on the back, flip that over. I've seen it done enough, but I've never tried it myself, where sometimes I see them pull kind of that skin off the back.
Yeah.
Is that what we need to do here too? Or?
Yeah, there's actually a sinuate or a cartilage type membrane on here that actually holds the meat and the bone together. And what you do is you just take a knife and you'll score that right down the side here, and that'll actually pull right off, just like chicken skin.
So now we need to do that whether it's pork or beef?
Pork or beef, absolutely.
And what would be the biggest difference? I mean, obviously the size. A cow and a pig are...
a lot
big
of
difference there.
A lot of it's the popularity of what you're looking for. You know, baby back ribs, everybody loves.
And they like the song too. You know.
Because I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Exactly.
You took it. Hook, line, and sinker. I love it.
But if you're a beef short rib fan, and when I go out to restaurants, I actually test the quality of the kitchen by their beef short ribs. That's really what I'm looking for, and what a lot of people are looking for when they go with beef ribs. Real deep flavors, opposed to that real sharp in-your-face punch that you get from pork ribs.
Well, we're what? Like, 11:15, 11:20 or so? Let's say we're just taking this party way into the evening. Can we give you a phone call? And would it be like something we could pick up later? Or this is just we're taking advantage of your expertise to learn how to make it?
Absolutely. If it's 11 o'clock and you're looking at eating somewhere around 5 o'clock, absolutely. Now's the time to put it in, though. I wouldn't wait any longer.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, so coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the sauces that we can use as well. I hear you have a mean... Is it mac and cheese?
Big boy mac and cheese. That's what
I like it. Big girls too. All right. Well, stick around, and you got off easy, Nate.
I know. Too easy.
too easy. We might have to actually make him, you know, earn his money.
Yeah, we're going to make him do the mixing.
All right.